Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Zoom calling, and it's so wonderful to have you all here. And today we'll be sharing two different topics. First, Kevin is going to be sharing with us about the Isotonix Calcium Plus, and then I'll be sharing with you about the importance of hosting home events and how to go about doing that. So, Kevin, without further ado, I'll just I'll leave it for you to share your screen and share with us about calcium, please. Thank you.
I just shared my screen so that you see my screen.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. To launch it. Right. It's about a very simple product and very, I would say, a humble product, the cheapest product in the Isotonix range, I think, the Calcium Plus. I thought I have nothing to talk much about it, but I found a lot of things that is important about calcium. So the reason why you see this slide here with all the shells and things is that you can have calcium by eating all the shells because they are near to 100% calcium carbonate or sulfate in there. So that's calcium. So as you can see the illustration here simply says that calcium in its natural form or in a lot of other forms, they are probably not digestible at all. Right. So here's precaution again. So do not say that calcium is going to cure you this and that. Go and see your doctor if you've got a big problem with anything at all. Calcium facts. It is the fifth most abundant mineral on this planet. The most abundant one is actually silicon and sand. So don't mistake sand with calcium. Calcium and sand is not the same. Right, so you can see this picture here. There's on the left, it's a white cliff there. That is actually the white cliff of Dover. That whole cliff is made of calcium. And a piece of marble right in front of you, that is actually calcium too. And the next one on top, which is very nice, bright looking one, is chalk. Chalk is also a pure calcium. And that one, the cave looking thing, is probably the Ginolan cave or something, is limestone cave with the stalactites and stalagmites, which are pure calcium, really, pure calcium carbonate. So there's a lot of calcium around. So that's why calcium is never an expensive thing, but most calcium compounds do not dissolve in water, right? And 75% of adults are deficient spelled wrongly, and people lose 400 to 500 milligrams of calcium a day. So technically, for most people, average people, we should be taking in about 4 or 5,100 milligrams of calcium, not 1,000 or 2,000, because if you do take if the body does take in too much calcium, what it does is that it's going to be a bit of a problem as well. So what it does is that then it becomes so saturated that the other minerals will have a problem getting into your system. So you might be deficient in other minerals if you pump yourself too much with calcium. Calcium is essential for life. One of the main functions of calcium, we probably think that no, it is not for these things, but it is for a lot of things to do with the nerve, with the transmission, with electrolyte. Electrolyte is a medium where all this electric signals comes all through your body. So this is what we call electrolyte. And they are neurotransmitters as well. So it helps you with your moods, anxieties, alertness, and things like that. Right. So calcium does a lot of things that we don't realize that it does, and it also is involved in cell division, in the heart situations, and your respiration as well. Okay, lack of calcium. Plus, if you don't have exercise enough, you don't have vitamin D, and you smoke a lot, and in fact drink as well. When a lot of people do that in the younger ages, right? When they're younger, they thought that they are like invincible, and you'll find that in later stage of life, there will be very, very much depleted in calcium. You don't realize it when the bone getting a little bit bad. You will know until something goes wrong. Then you start to realize that, no? That's a problem, right? But when the calcium, the calcium that is useful to the system is not found in the bones. It's found in your blood serum, whatever that is circulating in the body. The calcium is the most important thing. That's what the body needs. But if the body has not enough of that, what does it do? It leaches out from the bones. It's in the process, it's called resorption, which means that it dissolves. Your body dissolves. You see the little bone at the bottom there, right? We are underneath those men there. There are the body will create some cells which are called osteoclasts, and those cells there are there to remove the calcium from the bones for your body to be used in the body. So because of that, you develop what we call osteoporosis, and osteoporosis is technically just a simple thing like losing bone mass. It's losing minerals in your skeleton structure, which looks like this. On the left, you see a picture of a normal bone. It is still porous, but it is got little holes in it, little capillary where your blood, some of the blood vessels flow get in through there. But over time, if there is so much of calcium being removed, the holes become a lot bigger. You can see that the bone starts to become very, very porous. And here is showing you fractures occur, and it only occur then you realize that your bone is porous. Otherwise, now a bone density check, unless you do a scan of the whole skeleton, otherwise you cannot find out from the blood test. It doesn't show very much that you are deficient in calcium, right? You got a bone density problem. Not really. It's still because the bones, the calcium is being taken out. So your blood serum, your calcium serum in there doesn't show a lot of difference. So you do not know, right, until you really go and do a bone scan. And only when, or you do know it when you got a fracture, right? That is actually a picture of some fractures. And sometimes even a small fracture, you don't even realize that it's there, but sometimes it fixes itself. But in order to get it fixed, you have to take a very heavy calcium, but you do not know that you're depleted, you do not take it. That's a problem, right? So 1 in 2 women and 1 in 3 men over 60 have fractures, which they may or may not even know. But generally, they will know because it actually sometimes pinch your nerve and create problems and create pain, so you do know. And over the age, when it starts to grow from young you normally do not, your bone structure normally, you're not born with a bad bone, so the bones are normally quite all right when they're still young. But for male and female, we look at it as you grow to about 70 years old, you find that about 30% of females and maybe about 5–10% of male have got serious osteoporosis problem, right? And the diagram below shows you 2 terms there, and you want to take note of is osteoblast and osteoclast, or osteoclast, right? So these are the 2 cells that is created by the body when the calcium is needed. It creates some cells called osteoclasts, which dissolves the bone the calcium from your bone. And osteoblasts are cells that puts the calcium back into your bone. Right? So these 2 terms. So with calcium plus, we have a very, very effective form of calcium. And it is not just, most calciums are just either calcium or maybe calcium and magnesium, or calcium and magnesium. And the better ones may have vitamin D in it. But our calcium plus has a whole formulation and cofactors that helps the body in the absorption of calcium. And because of the fact that it's in isotonic form, right? Now I said before that your body only need to replace about 500, average person 500 milligrams of calcium. But if you do, your body can take in about 1,000 milligrams. Then you will start to build up, and you will start to have problems with overbuilding your calcium, which means that you could possibly get situation where you get bone spurs and things like that, and growth of the bone that's not supposed to be there, right? So efficient and optimum is the most important thing, not overdosing it, right? That's why you notice that we don't overdose our calcium, and the calcium, the form of calcium that we have dissolves and ionized in water, which means that it is in the form where the body system can absorb. It's not like a marble, like a chalk, and is also not like tablets, right? On a tablet, the diagram there, the stomach diagram, that shows that you have seen that before, that any pills and tablets takes about 40 minutes to maybe about 4 hours to get absorbed, right? So with a tablet, you are not exactly very sure how much of calcium you're getting, right? So therefore, you will go and get a Caltrate, for example, right? It's got a minimum of about 1,000 milligrams, right? And a lot of people have got this preconception that 1,000 milligrams is what your body needs. No, your body does not need 1,000 milligrams of calcium. If you take in every day 1,000 milligrams of calcium, you will get into trouble. Number one, you will get those bone problems that I said. Number two, it will prevent your body from absorbing other things like iron and other minerals. So excess is not good. So with a tablet, you do not know whether you are taking too little or too much. Sometimes if you take something that it is just appropriate for the absorption, your absorption may be, instead of getting the 1,000, you may still get maybe 500 or so, or 600 or 700, 800, we don't know, right? Or you could be only getting 100, 200, or even 50, right? So there's a big major difference between normal calcium and the isotonic calcium plus that we have. And that is the picture of the label. It contains calcium, vitamin D3, magnesium, manganese, potassium, vitamin C, and vitamin B. So it's not just calcium. Because why? Because some of this, they are not just for the bones, right? It is for some other use too. All these ingredients in there, they serve different functions in the body as well. So calcium, in our calcium plus, there are 5 different, if you look at the label, there are 5 different kinds of calcium in it. And you notice the total is 272 milligrams, 272, right? And I have people who show this calcium to their doctors, and their doctors say, no, this is a very bad calcium because it only has 272. You go and buy Caltrate because Caltrate got 1,000, right? So this is a misconception because a lot of people do not understand that isotonic absorbs over 90–95%, right? So that 272, you get probably at least about 250 to 270. So that is high. Why 272 per serving? Number one, at any point in time, the absorption of calcium through the intestines is only about 300 to 400. Your body will not let it through more than 300 to 400. It saturates the system. It will not allow any more to get through. So if you are trying to get 1,000 in there, you're not going to get 1,000 in there, right? Even if you could get more than that, 400 or 500, let's say you go and take it 2 times or something like that, it's going to get you into a lot of trouble. Right? Instead of 270, maybe we put 500 in there. So being isotonic, if your body can absorb 500 one time, and if you take 2 servings a day, what's going to happen? You're going to get 1,000 milligrams a day, and that is that's not good, right? So that's why our calcium recommendation is that you take two servings at different time. One in morning normally that we used to take. We always normally take in our other isotonic products. Another one before you sleep at night. D3 is for absorption of the calcium, right? So without D3, calcium will not absorb properly because it will not. The D3 helps to promote the osteoblast, which is used for the body to replace the calcium into your bone, used to get the calcium back into your bones. So it actually converts the stem cells. Stem cells are what creates the normal cells, right? They are actually the cells that is going to be created are going to be osteoblasts, and they are there to replace the calcium. A lot of people do not realize if you do a blood check, a lot of us are actually deficient in vitamin D. We thought we were all right, but I think a couple of years ago, we were told in a blood test that we were actually deficient in vitamin D. So we got some vitamin D and K from the Global, and we only think, I think 1 or maybe 2 bottles after that, our D went back to normal. Okay, and that vitamin D and K is available on Global. I think not in Singapore even. Singapore doesn't have that even, I think so. We have to buy it from Global. Magnesium, now part of the bone structure contains magnesium too. Magnesium itself forms maybe about another 10%, maybe 90% of it is calcium, and about 10% of it is magnesium. So it is required in the bone. And it helps with the transport of calcium into the cells. And it also helps to relax your muscles and nerves, right? So what we recommend, we have calcium supplements in Australia, Singapore, that they have as well now, right? Singapore magnesium. Yeah. They have magnesium in Singapore as well. So we do recommend that if you sometimes you cannot sleep, sometimes it's due to your muscles being very, very kind of stiff. So you can actually relax the muscles by taking the magnesium supplement. So you can see in the brain thing there that magnesium is great for nerve transmissions. It's also good for muscles, different type of muscles in the body, right? The skeleton muscles, your hand muscles, and the muscles that is used that is in your GI tract system, which is used to pump, to get your nutrients into your body. So it needs muscles as well. So there are 3 different kinds of muscles in your body. Vitamin C, again, is to build now vitamin C helps to create collagen in your bones, right? Now, the bones are not just made of calcium itself, because calcium itself doesn't really get, it is a bit like a powdery thing. It doesn't get glued together. So it needs the collagen matrix to have the bone structure, to be, say, in a way, glued together as your skeleton, right? So it needs collagen, which the vitamin C helps to produce. Manganese, again, for bone formation, is again for the osteoclast or an osteoblast rather than osteoclast, and it's also good for your nerve and brain function. Potassium, also nerve function, muscle function, heart function. Vitamin B2, blood, and antibodies, and also the nerve system. So a lot of these things are working synergistically together, because without one, the other one probably does not work too well. So that's why we have the whole formulation of different ones so they can work together in synergy, so what we call cofactors. Right, so this is a summary of what the Calcium Plus can do for you. For the female complaints, like menopause, menstrual pains, PMS, hydration, depression, intake of iron, red blood cells. That's for the female. And for mind and energy, helps your nerve system, helps to manage stress, anxiety, migraines, headaches, and helps you to sleep. And for physical conditions, the muscle aches, your sprains and things like that. Fibromyalgia, which is a muscle problem. Joint mobility, arthritis, bones and tissues. So this is a summary of what Calcium Plus can help you with. And it is a perfect reaction because you notice that some of the calciums, one of the calcium in there is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is something that you cannot dissolve, right? You put in the water, it will never dissolve. Or it dissolves maybe about 1%, but that's not good for you. So you notice that in our composition, we have ascorbic acid in it, it's got citric acid in it, it's got malic acid in it as well. So when this come in contact with the calcium carbonate in water, you see the drawing there on the side, it represents that the carbon dioxide is released and the calcium becomes a citrate, becomes a malate, and becomes an ascorbate. So it becomes calcium soluble, it becomes a water soluble calcium. So the main reason why our effect is so much better is because of that. Right? The acid mixing with the carbonate. And of course, here's a drawing that compares the pill and tablets with your Isotonix. So not all supplements are created equal. This is in isotonic form, and Calcium Plus is not just for the bones. It doesn't stop there. It's for a lot of other benefits. And the leaflet on the right hand side, you see, is what is downloadable from your unfranchised back office. Yeah, use this. There are a lot of every single product. We have all this literature in there. Please use them. They are very, very useful. They're easy to read. They're actually very, very nice now. So put your name underneath there, and give it out as flyers. Whenever you do an event, use all these tools. They are very, very useful to you. They're very, very nice and very professional looking. Okay, so that's it, people. Hope it's been useful. Kitty, back to you.
Great, fantastic. Thank you again, Kevin. I love your presentations, and always your PowerPoints are really lovely. I love them. Okay. So
what information I do every time for you guys? I spend one whole day do this thing for you all.
I know, like
you're the only people in the world who has got this.
Yeah, it does spend a lot. I mean, whenever I do presentation, I always have to spend a lot of time as well. So that's why, guys, you really need to be attending and also encourage the team to attend, because the fact that the presenters have to spend so much time preparing for you means that it's actually something to be treasured, right?
Yeah, the other thing is that don't forget the notes that's underneath the slide as well. And also they would be available for download this afternoon when I upload it on Dropbox. Okay.
Yeah, and that's very important, because every time when I get something from Kevin, I put them, from the Dropbox to my own folder. So then in the future, I can duplicate Kevin. So that's what I would like you guys to do as well. Like when you are learning from Kevin about all these amazing isotonics, it's not just for you guys to listen, but also to learn how to present so that you can duplicate, So that's why when you get the Dropbox PowerPoint, put them onto your own folders and practice and learn so that you can share with your customers. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, any question for this before I go on to our next topic for Kevin? Anyone? No? All right. Let me go to my, okay, hang on, I just have to share my one. Share screen. Oh, where is it? Here it is. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so I'm going to be sharing with you today about the general presentation about the importance of home presentation, and then towards the end, I'm going to be focusing in on the event that we'll be holding in Singapore, the motifs beauty event so that you can all get prepared. So let's get started. Now, in terms of home presentation, what is very important for all of us is to have a product line that each and every single one of you to specialize in, so that you can either host event, or when you get to know these products well, you can share with your customer. And so that's why, in Market America, they always talk about this concept of university major. What that means is that, you focus on one line at a time so that you can get to know them. So in the case of what we have, we have a lot of different product line that you can focus on and specialize in. So like motifs and health and nutrition, TLS and web center, and even like, cleaning products, as well as personal products and as well. So you can, first of all, find one that you can specialize in. And then when you host that home presentation, what you need to do then is to take stock of the complete products that you are going to be using for that event. So with Soon Yu being the host of Sunday, it's important for you to actually have all of those 10 of the top motifs products available. So that's what you need to do when you host the home event, to have all that product. And then you also need to have the home shopping list, which I talked about last time. So if you have the home shopping list, then you can actually pass them on to the guests there so they can use it. And if you need to have certain sales aids, you can purchase them, but most of them are in our unfranchised back office that you can download them as the sales aids. Things like, catalogs or brochures and downloadable infographics, they are all actually in the back office. And with the product catalogs, when you first started, every single one of you should have those catalogs in your getting started kit. So I would encourage you all to bring them to Sunday as well, or any home events that you're going to be hosting. All right, now in terms of home presentation, why are they important? Well, number one is for cash flow. Like with business, obviously, we want to have cash flow, whether it's for us to actually help to, fulfill, like, say, for example, we all have an auto ship every month. And, our first goal to have is really good to be able to have the cash flow that comes in through your home presentations to cover your initial auto ship. And then from there, you can earn more if you have more products sold and retail profit, to be able to have more positive cash flow for your income. And then number two, also, if you are a new business owner, then you can have your business operating profitable in 30 days, because when you first came in, you would be spending certain amount of money for your fast start kit, and if you're able to do home presentations, then you'll be able to also get the profit from it. And number three, obviously, is very important for all of us, is to develop a customer base to generate BV. And typically, we encourage each of us to have at least 10 to 15 customers, because when you have 10 to 15 customers, and if you develop a team, then you'll be able to earn an ongoing residual income. So that would be a great goal to have through your home events, to develop a customer base. And then number four is to expand a product knowledge of the new business owner and introduce products to friends, family, and associates. So when you guys attend an event, you can first of all learn about the product, so you have more knowledge. And as we talked about the basic 5 fundamentals for success, one of the very important is knowledge. And in order for you to know the knowledge, attending events is an important part of it. And then number two is also, when you're able to invite your friends, family, and associates to these events, then you can introduce these products to them. And when they are able to touch and feel and experience them, and it's more likely that they will become your customer. And finally, is very important, and that is to increase the stability of an organization. So when you have a team, when you start, building up your team, you will be able to obviously through the home events have more BV. The more BV that you have, the more stable that your organization will be, because that will mean more residual income that will be shared within the same organization, because every single product that you sell, the BV is shared amongst everyone. All right. And so one of the important things, just like Kevin was talking about, is that if you go to your back office, you'll be able to download, infographics like the one that Kevin showed us, the last page of the Calcium Plus, or like the motifs. This one, is actually in the back office as well. These two are two of our top 10, the Perfect Face Primer and Insta Smooth. So what I would like you guys to do before Sunday is to print out the products on paper. Obviously, we will be showing them the real ones, but then if you have this on paper, then your customer will be able to see that as well, and you can give to them. And this is another example of the Isotonix OPC3, which is also in the back office, like the calcium one that Kevin just showed us. Okay, so this I shared last time, but it's also an important reminder for us all, in that when we do an event, it's not so much just about the presenter doing the presentation, but as we mentioned, you want to have sales, you want to have cash flow and all that, and that is to close the sale. So at the end of the presentation, the presenter and all of you that are in the team should ask your guests whether they have any question. And then number two, if they have any question, address them. And then if they are interested in purchasing anything, then create a preferred customer profile on your computer if they're not already registered, and give them the order form and place the order. So it's very important to do that during the event, at the event, not after, because when they are gone, for you to have to chase them for the sale is so much harder. While they're there, they're having so much fun with the motifs, makeup and all that, they encourage to buy. It would be the time to do it there and then, to place the order. And also schedule a follow-up. So while having done the order, what you need to do then is to make a time to catch up with them, either on the phone or in person, to schedule a follow-up, to show them a shop.com tour, which we can actually do one in our future calling, if you like, which not only shows the exclusive products, but our partner stores as well. And then also set their shop.com as their homepage. So all of these things that you do with them, we don't have Shop Buddy at the moment, so don't worry about that one. But with the shop.com mobile, you can actually download that on your phone, and tell them that after 90 days, say, for example, if it is Isotonix bottles, or for any makeup, when they finish, they can actually, do an auto ship, meaning that if they actually want to order some more, they can get a discount and that kind of thing. So it's very good for you to be able to follow them up and help them with future purchases. Now, in terms of home presentation, there are different themes that you can choose. Things like Wellness 101. I'm actually doing one in Melbourne here next Tuesday. And you can do one that is called Look Good, Feel Good. And that can include both health and beauty. And then beauty events would be the one that you'll be doing on Sunday in Singapore with motifs and TLS overview. So these are some of the themes that you can do. Okay, so now this is an important part of every home event, which is the invitation and confirmation. Now, so often, and I know that I experience the same thing in Melbourne, and I'm sure it's everywhere, not just here, but also in Sydney, Singapore, that we plan ahead with the event, but then we don't really spend that much time inviting people. So when I ask you guys, how many of you already have confirmation of people for Sunday? Can someone tell me? Anyone? Any confirmed guests yet? Vivian, Soon Yu, Rong, Diana?
Yes, I am meeting a lady later on to pass her products. I did invite her last week, and she
Good.
says that, wow, because we are on the east side, she said, wow, it's very far. But anyway, I
Yep.
will convince her to go and see what happens next. I've invited 2 or 3. They have their events. Someone is opening a spectacle shop. Invited to a spectacle shop, so that one is out. And
Okay.
I will continue some more today
Yeah,
and
that's
see
fine.
how it goes.
Yeah, because you still have a couple of days. Try
Yes,
that.
yes,
But
yes.
well done, Diana. At least I know you've actually done your part in, inviting people. And the important thing, though, is I know that I'm guilty of that too. When I have an event, I always just post it on Facebook, and I'll just send a WhatsApp to people and just forget about that and wait for them to respond. And let me tell you this, that's not the best way to go about it. Our business is one-to-one marketing. It's very important for us to actually individually follow up and call these people. If you don't do that, then the likelihood of them wanting to come has drastically decreased. If you were personally inviting them, it's actually a lot better. So like in the case of Diana, I know that she has done that simply because she has told me, oh, these people have told her that they've got a spectacle event and that the other person, so that's a good way to go about it. Not just rely on sending mass mail out through WhatsApp or Facebook or email. All right, so I know perhaps you haven't got anyone yet, have you, guys? But in the next day or two, we've still got 3 days, today, tomorrow, and make sure you do that, okay? So how do you go about doing that? So number one is, apart from your WhatsApp, your text, your email, is to call them. Call and talk to them personally and ask what your guests are interested in learning about. I mean, in the case of what we have on Sunday, we already have decided that it's going to be a beauty event through Motive, so you don't have to do that. But in the future, if you are going to be talking about, like with your potential prospects, you can ask them, if they're interested in any health events or TLS, so that you can organize future events with them. And the third thing that is also very important is to edify the speaker. So on Sunday, say Wrong is going to be presenting. You can just tell them that, we've got a very experienced business owners, and she's a very good, articulate speaker. So you just basically explain and tell people that our speaker is, edify her. And then number 4 is to confirm the attendance, to say that, okay, I will see you on Sunday. So basically just to confirm. And then the 5th point is, if you can actually give them a little task, that will be helpful, because that will mean that they have something to contribute during the event. So say to them, would you be able to bring a bag of ice for our, tea or coffee, or water? So if they are coming and if they are going to be given a task, then the likelihood of them canceling will be lower. So here is the script that I've sent to your WhatsApp. I would like you guys to trial it out, and I think it will be quite useful. So let's go through it. So let's say, hi, Vivian, what are you doing? So let's say ring, ring. And what are you doing on Sunday, whatever the event time is? And so don't say anything until Vivian responds. Okay, Vivian, can you just go online? I'll just practice with you. Are you there, Vivian? Oh, she can't talk, right? Okay. How about Sun Yu? Sun Yu, can you come on?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, let's practice. Okay, so you are
Okay.
the person I'm calling. Okay. Hello, Sun Yu. How are you?
I'm okay.
What are
Fine.
you doing on Sunday?
Sunday, I'll be watching beach volleyball. There's a championship at Siloso Beach.
All right. So you're actually busy. Okay, that's all right, because I'm actually having an event now. So if someone says something like this, what we'll do is to go to the second script that I've given you, and that is they can't come. So then you still tell them that you're going to be having an event, but because Sun Yu has this volleyball champion, then you say, Oh, I really did want you to attend this special presentation that we're going to be hosting, because I know you like makeup, whatever it is, or if you have a health event. But maybe this is better. How about with the two of us can get together sometime and I can show you the first-hand information. So Sun-Yu, are you free next Wednesday or Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
Wednesday afternoon.
Sounds good. So what we'll do, Sun-Yu, is next Wednesday afternoon, let's make a time, say about 3 o'clock, and I can drop by your home and I can show you our wonderful collection of makeup or something like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. So what that means is that if Sun-Yu is not free, then you can still make a personal appointment, just like what Diana talked about. She's going to see the person and give her the product. So that's really good. But let's say, wrong, if you can come on, and you will be free on Sunday and you can attend the event, okay? So hello, Wrong, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks.
That's good. Are you free this Sunday afternoon?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. By the way, guys, what time is the event on Sunday? I've forgotten.
2 to 5, I
2
think.
to 5, yeah? Okay, 2 to 5.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's good to know that you're free on Sunday. The reason why I'm calling you is that I'm having a fun makeup event on Sunday at 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock. Wrong. And a few of our friends are getting together to learn more about cosmetics. And I know that you like makeup, right? Wrong?
Yes.
Yes. So, because you like makeup and you like looking great and saving money, just like me. So that's why I want to invite you to come over and check it out. And it's only going to be an hour or so, and it would be wonderful if you could come and we can have some fun. And our presenter that day, is going to be able to share with us, the top 10 really wonderful products. And we only have 10 spots open. So you're going to be able to come, right? Wrong?
Yes, I will.
Wonderful. So I will send you the details with the address, and I look forward to seeing you. And by the way, we're going to be having some iced tea on the day. Would you be able to bring some ice for us?
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. So I'll count on you to do that. Wonderful. Thank you, Rong. I look forward to seeing you Sunday, okay?
Okay, see you soon.
Great. Okay, so you see, guys, this is a really good way I learned from Carl Eklund and also Charlie and the others that have been able to, bring a lot of people to events simply because they have this script and people use this script. Because I have to tell you guys, I'm also guilty. I run a lot of events. I've run many events in the past, but I always only just in the past relied on Facebook invite. And then people say yes, they come. They say no, they don't come. Then I just leave it at that. And nowadays, you guys, I'm sure in Singapore, you would, because of the fact that you already have a flyer, you would just send it over to your WhatsApp contacts, and then you wait for them to respond back. But I personally think using this method of calling people one-on-one is more powerful. Give it a try. Even though it's Friday already, you may or may not be able to get them. They may be busy, but give it a try this time as a practice anyway, because I know that you guys will have more events to come. And while I'm talking about this, I know that Diana last time talked about, you've got a guest that, you met cold prospecting, the Indian lady. Maybe what I would encourage you guys to do is when Vera comes back, maybe you can organize another event after this one, and this one can be used as a practice run. Sounds good?
Oh, great.
Okay. All right. So so all this script, as I mentioned, I've already WhatsApped you guys, so you can use them and practice. Okay, so now before the actual start of the Sunday event, you would be going to Sun-Yu's place, say, let's say meet at 1 o'clock because it's 2 o'clock start. You need to do the following. Number one, prepare. So Sun-Yu, you need to have all those top 10 products on table, display already. And then get ready with all the handouts, like the beauty surveys that I've already sent to to Rong Rong, so if you can print them out. And the order forms, and I want to thank Vivian that she's actually just created one for us. So thank you, Vivian. And I've just had a look at it, Vivian. Everything is good except if you can actually put the price of each of the 10 products before quantity, so that when the guests have the order form, they can see the price as well. So if you can add that bit and then you can print it out and bring to people on Sunday, that will be great. And then also optional, because we're mainly doing the top 10, but if you guys also have the Lumiere and other products like the Lala, you can also have them displayed there as well, just like what we did when Angie was presenting last time when we were in Singapore. That will be also nice. And then also allow 30 minutes social time as people arrive. So let's say you're starting at 2. From 2 to 2:30, you can just, get people settled and have some chit-chat time, or like give them some, iced coffee, tea, whatever it is that you have some simple, very simple snack. That will be wonderful. And then at 2:30, you will have to start promptly. You don't wait till longer, because otherwise, time will be running out. So give 30 minutes social time, then 2:30 you start. And then Beauty Basics is 1 hour. So from 2:30 to 3:30, that will be the actual event. But also after that, 3:30 to 4:30, allow an extra hour to include, like we mentioned, the closing, to take the order, to register them on your portal and stuff like that. So that's why it's going to be around 2.5 hours, including half an hour of social time. So by 4:30, you should be able to finish. All right. So with the host, and in this case, it will be Sun Yu on Sunday. And so what you need to do is to do the welcoming and the thanking of everyone to come. So just simple, welcome everyone for coming to this event. And then you also need to share about your 2-minute commercial. So Sun Yu, do you know what a 2-minute commercial is? Are you there, Sun Yu?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, do you know what a 2-minute commercial is?
Not quite. Maybe you want to share with us.
Okay. Now, the 2-minute commercial is actually explained in our Getting Started guide. And so if you all have a Getting Started guide, I would like you to go through that and read through it. But in a very simple form, the reason why you decided to be part of this company. And so a very simple one is like, I started doing this business because I have not been able to, earn enough money. I always earn money from paycheck to paycheck. But when I saw this business, I knew that this would be something that I can do on top of what I've been doing to help me earn some extra income. So this is just a very simple 2-minute sort of commercial, meaning that why are you doing this? So Sun Yu, can you tell us why are you in this business? So that's what you will be sharing.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So give it a practice now so that you know what to say on Sunday. Just go through this whole thing in front of you. It's just pretending we are now your audience in your house. Everyone is here with your guests. You can just start off like welcoming. Say it's 2:30 now, so
Okay.
everyone to sit down. Give it a try.
Okay. Welcome to this event.
You can say something like, Sun Yu, thank you everyone for coming. Yeah. I know that is a Sunday for you. The fact that you're willing to take time out to come, we really appreciate it.
Okay.
Something like that, Yeah.
Okay. Let me draft first, then I think it should be okay, no problem.
Okay, wonderful. All right, give it a draft, and if you want to run it by me before Sunday, I'm happy to have a chat with you, or you can WhatsApp me, okay? Okay, so then after that, what you need to do then as a presenter is to introduce Rong Rong, and you can basically say, today's presenter is Rong Rong Chon, and she is my senior business partner, and she is successful business partner who knows a fair bit about motives by Lauren Ridinger, and let's give her a round of applause. So then you introduce Rong Rong. Okay, so then Rong Rong will come on, and what you need to do, Rong Rong, now is to have each of your guests to introduce themselves. So basically go around the room and say, oh, what's your name and where you're from? And in the beginning, you're supposed to give the survey when they come. Rong Rong, you've got that, haven't you?
Yeah.
So what you need to do is make sure you print them out, and when they arrive, get them to fill it out before you start. And then you can ask them, okay, well, have a look at your beauty survey. What is the one makeup item that you love, or one makeup challenge that they have? So ask them this question so that you can sort of have a bit of ice breaking. Does that make sense? And then number 2 is you can say, now I would like to introduce you to Motives by Lauren Ridinger. And then you can play the video from YouTube, which is called Motives Product Demo. It's only very short, or the one that's online, you can just play that on Soon Use TV. And then at the end of that video, you can ask them, can you think of 2 people who would like this kind of quality cosmetics with bargain prices? So that's how you would be starting as an introduction.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and then after that, you would go through the top 10 products. In the file that I sent you, you actually have every single one of them that you can just read them out. You don't even really need to know them by heart. So you basically read one after the other and read the benefits, and then you can get someone else to help you, say Diana or Vivian, to help you put the products on their hands so that the guests actually feel them and touch them, okay? So each of the products. So these are the 10 products below that we will be going through as the top 10. Each of them, you would have the benefits on that piece of paper that you can read out. So it's quite simple, isn't it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and then after that, when you end the activities, meaning that every one of the guests have actually touched the 10 top products and fill them, then you would have one person to pass out the order forms, the special flyer. So you may have Diana helping with the order forms, and then Vivian can pass out the special flyer, like the one I was talking about, the infographics that you can download from the back office. Once they've all got them, then you can review the forms, so that you basically go through each of the forms and talk about them and say, okay, here are the order forms and the flyers that you can take a look at, and you can actually fill them out. So basically get them to do the actual order form as well as the beauty basics survey. Now, the beauty basics survey, they can do it before or after, it doesn't matter, depending on say if some people arrive early, you can just get them to do it beforehand, that's fine. And then you don't worry about the quad. This is actually the one that I think in Australia they do quite specially, but I don't think you need to do that here in Singapore. But the quad with special is quite good, because what happens is we normally in Australia, you can do the same thing, but since this is your first time, don't make it too complicated, is that we normally have different products on the day as a special. So if you like, you can say, oh, maybe you can give them a Lumiere DV, normally it's this amount, you give them 20% discount. So that way, that they not only are exposed to the top 10, they can be exposed to, the skincare product like Lumiere DV for a special offer. So it's up to you whether you want to do that to your individual guests as well. And then the third thing is to remind them these specials are for tonight, if you have a special. Up to you guys, is because this is your event in Singapore. You guys decide. You should step up and take responsibility and make decision whether you want to do that. Is that all right? And then which top 10 products can you not afford to live without? You can ask them that question. And when they think about it, then they will be able to choose the ones that they like. And you can also ask them, let me ask you this question. Is there any reason you would not want this to get started using these amazing cosmetics? Using the script that is given to you on the actual flyers, then you can explain to guests how to purchase the products. So is that okay? Does that make sense? So Ramon, what you need to do is basically, as the presenter on the day, or anyone in the future when you become a presenter, is to mitigate around the room to help each of the guests if they need any personal help of each of the product or the order form or any question that they have. But obviously, whoever brings their guests, you would look after your own guests as well. And then you can have each, of the presenter, with the team member sitting with the guest one-on-one and help them fill out the form. And the presenter don't need to do any more demonstrating. Like last time, we actually have a special where there was a makeup artist doing a demonstration. That can be done, but it's not absolutely necessary. But by the time we do the top 10, then you don't do any more demonstrating. The most important thing is really to close the sales by having the guests do the order form. Having the order forms and the catalogs ready, give to them, get them to fill them out. And if they say that, well, at this stage, they may not be buying yet, at least have them take what they like and has like a wish list. So you know what they like, and then you can follow up later on. All right. So a few things that are very important, and that is remind them of the sanitation etiquette, meaning that if you were to show them any kind of the products, don't double dipping. So you need to have some of the things like cotton bud or like different things that they would be using only for once and then dispose them. Okay, so if you can also prepare some hand sanitizer, that would be good as well. And then at the end, what you need to do as the presenter is to say this. Now, by the way, all of this is actually in that, the motives training in the back office, so you can go through it all. And you don't even need to remember it. You can just read it out. Let me offer 3 ways to make us purchase today. Number 1 is, Soon You Here has a few products in stock. And if you're lucky, you can take your product home now. I don't know whether you guys have any extras. If you do, new ones, you can sell them right there and then. But if you don't, then what you do then is you can get them to order online or put their details on the order form, and you can order them and get that delivered to them, and they will be able to get cash back. Number 3 is, if you decide that you want to buy this wholesale, I can make a time with you and explain to you how you can do that. So that will mean you may have a possible future business partner. And so you can tell them, if you're interested in developing weekly income, we can give you more information. So 3 ways, remember 3 ways, okay? The first is, if you have stock there, sell them now. If you don't, they can put into the order form and you can order and get that delivered to them, or you can get it delivered to you and pass the products to them when you meet them next time. Number 3, if they want wholesale or want to earn money, then you can show them the plan another time. So here is what Vivian has kindly done for all of us for Sunday in order to have the top 10 order form. Now, this is perfect, except that, Vivian, as I mentioned, if you can put the price, put another column in front of quantity and put the price of all of those 10 products. And you can find the retail price from your portal and put them there. Is that okay, Vivian? Okay, so that's basically it from me. Towards the end, you would need to have all of this. You want to take a picture, everyone, particularly soon is to have all of this available. Your sample, you don't have to have a laptop or your TV, which will show the video, the home shopping list, the samples. Well, in this case, we don't need samples because we're not doing wellness, but you will have to have all the 10 products. And if you do have the Lumiere and the others, put them there as well. If you have extra products to sell, every one of you that are going to be bringing your own products to sell, that will be great. The catalog, order form, to make it fun, you know, and if you like, you know, a lot of our party here in Australia, we have door prizes as well, which means you can say if you buy something like $100 and above, we will give you lip gloss. So that will encourage people to buy more. And then at the end, don't be afraid to close and ask for the sale and book follow-ups. Okay, so that's it from me. Any question?
Okay, no, I think quite good. Thank you for sharing of this.
You're welcome, Marwan. So you're ready to present, yeah?
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so any comment, feedback, as well as question before we finish this session? Anyone?
Yes, Auntie, it's Angie here. Auntie, I just want to give you all some encouragement. I know it's probably, if I'm in your position, I'll probably feel nervous because it's the first time that you all are kind of doing it together. But you know, they always say practice makes perfect. What I love about our business is you truly learn as you go. You can only get better. So, like, don't be discouraged if you just end up with one guest or even last minute nobody turn up. Don't be discouraged. To me, this is what I learned. Because if you don't get together, always turn a home presentation, doesn't matter whether it's motive or wellness, into a calling. Because even if there's no guest, you all can learn. I'm not implying that there's not going to be any guests. I'm just giving an example. Because over the years, we have experienced it before. And another thing is, it's not how many guests you have. Is quality versus quantity a lot of time. So, but I just want to say something. Our last event in Singapore was great, but everything, what is more important is after the event, have a debrief. I can get better. It was great, you know, Darren did a great job to you, Rong, Diana, you know, Vivian, all team and support. But personally, it was partly, I think, also my mistake. I didn't think of it. Rong, can I ask you, are you all going to do any demonstration, any makeup, or is it just a presentation?
I think no, we won't do any makeup on the spot.
Okay,
So
that's
just let
fine.
the customer experience our product themselves.
Yes, actually, that is normally how we encourage in Australia. Because in the past, long ago, they used to do makeup, and the corporate motive director felt that sometimes when you do too many demonstrations, you end up you're not going to get any sales. Because quite bluntly, at the end of the day, we do events like Kitty said, it's for cash flow. But in general, I also see Vera, what Vera mentioned in the past before. Vera said that sometimes the young people, if there is no makeup demo, they may not go. Yes and no. It all depends. But in the future, should you have any event that you want to do, you can get a a makeup artist that want to do a demo. Make sure the demonstration doesn't get done where all the products are. Because I think that's where we failed the last time. Because once it is done right in where all the products are, the guests won't dare to go near there. And I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. Diana, can you remember that lady name? The makeup artist? Anyway.
Christine, I think. I think it's Christine, yeah.
Yeah, she was really helpful because she's not even a UFO. She was just doing Vera a great job. But what I personally find, and Kitty and myself talk about now, this is constructive. I'm not criticizing. When you have a makeup artist that haven't seen our product before or don't understand our culture, they don't do it the way our home presentation goes. She was already starting doing a makeup for Vera even before people were coming. And that should be a no-no, number one. Number two, I think we allow, and that was partly my fault, we allowed too many makeup, and then it just become a bit too much. So keep that in mind. And then like in Australia now, we don't do full makeup. They either just do the eyes, or they will just maybe do the foundation, or just eyes. But personally, I think more important is to have your guests feel and touch the product, because motive cosmetic is a very emotional, even skincare is a very emotional a range of product. If they don't touch and feel, they will never buy. Yeah, so I thought I'd just share that. And last but not least, I really encourage you all to, after this Sunday, plan another event. It's important to have event uh, for the next day, because sometimes, a lot of time, you invite someone and they genuinely cannot make it. And it's always more professional to say, oh, we're going to have another one in 2 weeks' time or in 4 weeks' time. Although they're not going to remember the exact date, at least you can tell them that, I hope I will invite you the next one. So number one, it comes across very professional. That means, it's not just a fun thing. Doesn't matter, we are in a business. Sometimes when you don't have another date, you can't even invite them. So, and also that is a little push for us as a team to move forward. So I agree, and Diana, please don't take it as a pressure, but I remember what Kitty said, whether it is an Indian friend or what, it may be a good idea to go back to her, or you may already have quite a date to do it, or since Vera is in town, try to do another one while yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, then. Thank you, everyone. Any more discussion and question before Sunday? We're always on WhatsApp and we can discuss from there. So thanks for all of you who have been attentive, and it's wonderful that you guys are doing this together first time as a team. So I'm looking forward to hearing about how you're going on Sunday. And again, you always have our support. Angie, Kevin, and I are always here, even though we're not in Singapore. Okay, until next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'll talk to you. You guys
Thank you,
can
Kelvin, and you, Angie.
Okay, bye. Thank you.